Introducing Gloss TV.
Parabens cause cancer.
Parabens are screwing with our hormones!
Claims like these make parabens sound like the Regina George of the ingredients world. People love to hate them. But do we even know what they are? Why are they so controversial? What beauty products are they in? And what are some paraben-free alternatives? Today on The Makeup, I'll give you the pros and the cons so you can decide for yourself. Okay, so you've likely seen brands like Burt's Bees, Frank Body, RMS, and even our very own Beauty by Pop Sugar offer up clean ingredients with paraben-free formulas. That's because parabens are super common in a lot of lipsticks, foundations, shampoos, conditioners, shaving products, sunscreen, sheesh, basically anything that contains water. A paraben is a preservative that increases the shelf life of beauty products by keeping bacteria and mold from growing.
Ew.
Think of it like an antibiotic for your products. And really, they're in almost everything. Take a look at any of your favorite product labels and look for methyl, propyl, butyl, or ethyl, and Lucy. These parabens are commonly used in cosmetics. Okay, but wait, that sounds great. My products will last and won't get all gross and moldy, so what's the big deal? One of the reasons people are hell-bent on going paraben-free is because public health research shows that parabens can disrupt your hormones from functioning correctly. Okay, great. One more thing to mess with my hormones. This could lead to an increased risk for breast cancer and reproductive issues. Certain parabens are actually banned in the European Union, and they aren't even regulated by the Food and Drug Administration here in America, which claims that there's not enough evidence that parabens in cosmetics are a health hazard. Okay, great. So we'll talk about the FDA in a different episode, but there's clearly a back and forth on the safety of parabens, which I think is a good thing because much of the beauty industry is now rethinking how to reformulate their products. Like, if our skin is able to absorb products into our bloodstream, then what else might be seeping in? The paraben debate also comes down to money for a lot of beauty companies. It can be cheaper to work with synthetic ingredients like parabens. Now, nothing's perfect, we know this, except for the ending to Big Little Lies Season 1, right? So before you go purging your beauty cabinet, keep in mind that the research on this isn't totally conclusive. Also, similar to parabens, the jury's still out on whether synthetic alternatives like phenoxyethanol or sodium benzoate are totally safe. Okay, so what are my thoughts on parabens? Listen, it's not gonna hurt you to go paraben-free. In fact, it can only help you. And there are a ton of options out there to try, and so many different brands are becoming paraben-free. I don't personally look for paraben-free products though. I know I'm only human. Maybe I should start doing that, but I do wanna do more research and learn about how parabens affect my health. And I'd suggest you do the same. I know that this can be a deeply personal issue for some people, especially those of you that might have lost your parent to breast cancer. So all I can say is do what you think is best. And the good news is that many brands are going paraben-free, but also free of other nasty or potentially irritating ingredients like phthalates, colorants, or fragrances, which makes shopping for products a bit easier and one less thing to think about. All right, guys, so that's what's up with parabens. I hope you guys learned something to help you on your skin and hair journey. Tell me your thoughts on parabens in the comments below. Do you prefer to use products without parabens? Why or why not? And what are your holy grail paraben-free beauty products? Also, what topic would you like me to cover next? Call me, beep me if you want to reach me. Possible. Okay, seriously, you can tweet me at Kirby Johnson, Instagram at Kirby Johnson, Facebook, Kirby Johnson TV. Hit me up. I love your questions. I love to answer them. I just like to talk in general. You guys know this. See you next time. Bye.
A lot of this movie takes place on a boat.
Yes.
And because of that, I imagine that you, on long days of shooting where you're on a boat in the middle of the ocean, you want to bring essentials onto the boat. Were there things you had to have over the course of the day?
Oh, yeah. I love being out on boats, so thankfully I didn't need to bring any like Dramamine or anything like that. But so I was like, okay, what do I want? I probably want a book for in between takes, and what else? Well, sunscreen's a good idea. I'm going to bring an espresso machine.
Wow.
Because I just thought, we're going to be out there all day long, and I bet they're not going to have great coffee on the crew boat. And so I'm like, I'm going to have an espresso machine, and everybody's going to be tired, but it's going to be okay, because I'm going to show up with this Nespresso for them. By the way, I'm not shilling for Nespresso right now. I'm not taking over for George. And so I show up thinking that I'm going to do this great thing, and I go, and I'm like, hey guys, where can I plug in my Nespresso machine? They're like, this is a movie boat. You can't plug it in anywhere. This isn't real. And I was like, okay, well, what do we do? And they said, hold on. And they bring this massive generator, this like gas-powered generator onto the boat. They're like, hang on, Hathaway wants coffee. And I'm just, this nice thing that I wanted to do for everyone turned into like the biggest diva request of all time. I'm so embarrassed.
Like just based on the gas alone, each cup of espresso is like $45.
So terrible. Mama Earth.
You shot in Mauritius, yes?
Yes.
I'm saying that right, I hope?
Mauritius, yes,
okay,
you
great.
are.
And we have children very similar ages. Did you bring your son with you?
Yes, of course. Yeah,
That's
we
right.
were there. It was so far away, and we were there for a long time. So, yeah.
And did he enjoy it? I think we're like days apart. When was your
March
son?
24th.
And March 27th. So really, they're the same.
Oh
they're
my
the same
gosh,
child.
Oh, sorry, I missed your hand.
But my son loves the beach and things like that, swimming. Is yours there as well? Does he like those things?
Oh, yeah, he loves it. I think that he was really into Moana at the time. Was your son's Ash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he into Moana?
He does not know who Moana is.
Well, my son had a crush on Moana.
Wow.
So
My son's playing hard to get.
So my son thought, we took him to Mauritius, which is paradise. It's so beautiful. And so I think he thought that we were in Montanui. And then I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of Matthew McConaughey's wife, but she is the most drop-dead gorgeous Brazilian woman. And she kind of looks like Moana. So my son was like, what is happening? What is this crystal ocean and her? And so Camilla would come around and my son would just like get this look on his face. And I realized he was completely in love with her.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
How's his sense of humor? Because that has been my favorite thing to watch develop.
He's delightful. He's delightful and he loves laughing. He's a generous laugher.
That's nice.
We were at the park. I was at the park with him just before this, and you know that you do that thing where like you kind of be a monster and you come at them really slowly, and they just fill up with joy, and then they can't keep it in, and they laugh. So that was really sweet. What does Ash do?
Ash is. We feel as though the other day we got our first joke, which is my wife made him breakfast and he ate the whole thing, and then he went, "Who made this breakfast?" And that made us laugh. And then before we could answer, he goes, "Maybe a monkey?" And that was just, you were like, every part of that, I'm like, that's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
That's going to crush harder with us right now than anything I do tonight.
Do you want to cry a little bit?
I want to cry all the time.
Everything.
He was, my wife calls me to tell me things, and I'm always worried something bad happened because she's crying. And then it's always like, we took him to cooking class and he cut a cucumber. And I'm like, all right, you have to just get the sob out of your throat when you call me.
So I'm prepping a character right now, and she's really animated in her facial expressions. And I was wearing, we had to do a test, and we didn't have the right wig, so my hair looked a little weird. And so I'm FaceTiming with Jonathan, and I'm like, maybe I could just practice the facial expressions on him. So I'm like doing it for him, and I give him this big smile, and he goes, "Mama, what are you doing?" I was like, okay, maybe I'll tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, if you lose your 2.5-year-old, you've lost the whole country.
Definitely, yes, I think that's a good barometer.
And I wanted to ask as well about McConaughey, because you guys work together as well on Interstellar.
Yeah.
And I think like all of us, I'm assuming you were a huge fan of his before you crossed paths with.
So
and he's so iconic and so much fun to be around. What was your first meeting with him like?
Oh, the first time I met him, it was for the test for Interstellar.
Mm-hmm.
And, I look up to Matthew so much and had for a long time, but then to like meet him and realize all that was real. And, because, it might have been a thing. but it's not. He's
on
like
the
that,
line, yeah.
that whole just keep living thing, he's so alive. It's really inspiring. And so, like, I go out there and I'm in the costume for Interstellar, the spacesuit, and they want to see me run. And so I'm doing it, I'm doing this. They say, okay, Matthew, do you mind doing it? Matthew gets down on the floor and like spins around, and I'm like, he's on Mars right now. Like, he's testing out the atmosphere. He's so good. Oh my gosh. So I just kind of like, I just decided then and there that he was my big brother and I was gonna learn from him and I was gonna pick his brain about everything, and we got on great, which is good. Except that I just found out, because we just, like in the press for this, we had to do something where we had to talk about meeting each other. And every answer they asked me, every question they asked me, I gave these like incredibly detailed answers. Sometimes I teared up a little bit. I went into like what the air felt like and how moved I was. And then they turned to Matthew and he'd be like, I don't remember.
We are proudly born with hair that grows strong as a storm and doesn't conform to a beauty norm that isn't our own. To think that beauty is only sleek or wavy is crazy, because whether we choose to wear it relaxed or natural, every strand is testimony to our history that makes us stronger, and strong is beautiful. Pantene Gold Series.
These are the biggest heartthrobs right now. This is Elsha Kim, and you're watching Hot on Hollywire. We can't get enough of them, and any show is a little better when they're in them. Let's take a look at the biggest heartthrobs of the moment right now. Cole Sprouse. He's artistic, he's moody, and he is the definition of a heartthrob. Cole Sprouse, star of Riverdale cast, is everything we want and more. Often caught snapping beautiful photos on his Instagram, he also started another Instagram, Camera Duels, for his fans that try to secretly take photos of him while he tries to take photos of them first. A blinding flash, quick blur, momentary desperation, primal cooing, inevitable defeat, temporary victory. Ah, yes, I know this ritual well. Is it wartime atrocity? Nay, 'tis a camera duel. Did we mention he's also a poet? Noah Centineo. Okay, serious babe alert. He was a heartthrob into All the Boys I've Loved Before, but now he's just our everyday heartthrob. Noah Centineo. I mean, just look at his blue steel. He's coming out in more and more TV shows, and we are all for it. In an Instagram live video, Noah said he's Italian, Native American, a bit Puerto Rican, and Dutch. Talk about diverse. And by the way, we also love the shaggy look Noah. Zac Efron. He was a babe before Baywatch, and he still is today. Zac Efron's come a long way from his High School Musical days, but one thing hasn't changed. He's still a babe. Whether he's blonde or brunette, he's a heartthrob we can't forget about. We can't wait to see what movies he's going to be in next. Harry Styles. Such an artiste, a wild card, and an undeniable heartthrob. Harry Styles. We fell in love with him when he was still with One Direction, but since he's gone solo, we still love him. I mean, he rocks the long hair like a true rock star, but cleans up nice as well. You get the best of both worlds with this one. Regardless, the most important question begs,
What?
when is One Direction coming back? We need tour dates ASAP. Jaden Smith. He karate chopped his way into our hearts. He was once a Karate Kid, but now he's fully grown and totally a heartthrob. His style is edgy, his family is our favorite, and his grind is undeniable. Not only does he act and set fashion trends, but he also does live performances with his band Misfits and is involved in entrepreneurial ventures. Way to set the bar high, Jaden. So what do you guys think? Who's your favorite heartthrob? And did we miss anyone on the list? Let us know and make sure to follow @Hollywire for your celebrity connection.
Welcome to Oak & Co Bridal. Come on in. Hello. We own the market for styling curvy brides.
I just want to find a dress that really fits.
It's so like bam. I wanted to have an experience like everyone else.
Everyone around you is kind of like, you shouldn't be a bride if you're this big.
We're known for style, snatch, slay. Good day.
You make me feel beautiful.
We're gonna find the perfect gown. Thank you.